Hello everyone! John here with a pretty massive news update. So you may remember back in early August 1st, very early August, that there were rumors of Nintendo revealing the Switch 2 at Gamescom. Now most of us shrugged this off as being nonsense, myself included. There's a great holiday lineup coming up. Nintendo don't typically do much at Gamescom. And while it did turn out to be mostly nonsense, the report itself wasn't entirely incorrect. The context was Nintendo did not reveal the Switch 2 at Gamescom. However, the Switch 2 was at Gamescom, and this has been reported a couple of times now independently, but now there's much larger sites saying it too. And to add further context, while we are not in a position of leaking anything, that's not what we do here at GVG, we have also heard these things ourselves. I have nothing else to add to that, but just saying what we're about to read here, we have heard separately. So we're starting a week ago with Jez Corden of Windows Central, who says, "Heard some rumors recently that Nintendo maybe discussed the new Switch behind closed doors to select press and devs at Gamescom. Full reveal/leaks may be relatively imminent." Now, he wasn't wrong, because a week later, we're starting with Eurogamer, who have reported this. "Developer presentations for Switch 2 took place behind closed doors, Eurogamer understands, with partners shown tech demos of how well the system is designed to run. One Switch 2 demo is a souped-up version of the Switch launch title, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, designed to hit the Switch 2's beefier target specs. To be clear though, this is just a tech demo. There's no suggestion that this game will be re-released." And that's basically all Eurogamer had to say, but then VGC had something much more to say. "One Switch 2 demo is understood to be an improved version of the Switch launch title, Zelda Breath of the Wild, running at a higher frame rate and resolution from the original game, on hardware targeting new console specs." Now that's pretty much what Eurogamer said, but then there is this. Another VGC source claimed Nintendo showcased Epic's impressive The Matrix Awakens Unreal Engine 5 tech demo, originally released to showcase the power of the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X in 2021, running on target specs for its next console. The demo is said to have been running using Nvidia's DLSS 3.5 upscaling technology, with advanced ray tracing enabled and visuals comparable to Sony and Microsoft's current generation consoles. Now that is the most exciting part, because DLSS, for those who don't know, basically takes low-resolution images and makes them much higher res. So you can take something internally rendered at 720p and essentially make it 4K. We definitely should expect Switch 2 to have quite a beefy tech upgrade over the original Switch, considering that chip is around 10 years old now. But even disregarding the chip inside, DLSS is doing a lot of heavy lifting, and this is 3.5, and for those who don't know, that essentially makes ray tracing even better. Not only is ray tracing less costly, but it uses AI to make the algorithms of denoising much less expensive as well. So the actual result of the ray tracing looks better than without DLSS 3.5. So theoretically, Switch 2, if it were running a scene with ray tracing on, it could technically produce a better image than what PS5 or Series X could. We are no closer to learning the specs of this system, but the Matrix demo already pushes PlayStation 5 and Series X, so it's incredibly impressive that it runs at all on the Switch successor. And while the Breath of the Wild demo is also very exciting, we don't really have the specifics around that. Is it 4K 60 FPS? We don't know, we just know it's an improved version. But running the Matrix pretty much implies the Switch 2 will have a much better parity at current-gen games than the current Switch does. And so even if internally is running at like 720p, that's not going to matter to our end because we'll be seeing potentially a 4K image, which is extremely exciting for a hybrid portable device. Now, there is one more source on this, and while I cannot verify anything myself, I do think what we already know kind of goes hand in hand with what they are saying here. So a Reddit user called I'm a Hero 2 has been known for leaking quite a few things in the past, namely Persona 3 Reload and Persona 3 Tactica. And there's a big list of rumors here, quite exciting stuff, like Jet Set Radio and Comic Zone and Guardian Heroes. I have no idea if any of that's true. But they also say something on Switch 2. They say Switch 2 dev kits have been here for a while. I can verify that it's backwards compatible with a few games tested, new cartridge, new camera feature. And they're also saying that Final Fantasy VII Remake was tested on the Switch 2 kit at PS5 level. They're told the port took no time and it could be a launch game. So I can't verify a single word of that, but the Switch 2 being able to run Matrix would make a lot of sense for it running a PlayStation 5 level Final Fantasy VII Remake. As for if that demo will ever show up, again, we don't know. That Breath of the Wild demo was also probably just an internal test, and Final Fantasy VII Remake may have been an internal test as well. but it definitely puts the Switch 2 at a very exciting precedent, and it means that if all of this does come to fruition, we should be expecting Switch 2 to not only be able to render Nintendo games at much higher detail, but also keep up with current generation games. You should expect ports like Elden Ring and Resident Evil 4 Remake and Street Fighter 6 all portably on the go. Whether it's going to keep up when this current generation of consoles really shift to current-gen exclusives, we don't know about that. But I think you probably should expect most cross-gen games right now, at the very least, to run very well on Switch 2. So that's all we have to say for now. There's quite a few sources, very exciting time, and I expect that many others are going to speak up about this too. This has been going around in inner circles for a while now. I've heard it from a few people myself. And I imagine many others, now that the barrel has been blasted, many others are going to start putting their reports out there too. Because VGC came very quickly after Eurogamer. So I'm sure like, oh, someone's pulled the trigger, let's go too. So keep an eye out for even more reports, I'm sure there'll be tons. And thank you for tuning in with us. We always appreciate it, and I will see you next time. Bye everyone.